I think a lot of it is our preseason. I think we play the best teams in the country, so when our conference rolls around, I think we're ready. Some years we've had success when we're #1 in the nation. Last year we started off 3-5. We're still ranked in the top 25. I really think it has to do with that, because we're going to be challenged. If we beat those teams, we're pretty good. If we don't, we should get better from them. But it takes courage to play those teams, and I really think it's a benefit because it makes us better. Second, we have very, very high expectations in our program, and recruiting-wise, we are very selective on who we recruit, so, and the way we play. But it'll be close. We're a little bit bigger inside, so I think we'll be more balanced in our scoring. Last year, due to injuries, we couldn't quite have the depth inside that we wanted. This year, we do have the depth inside, plus we have the guards returning. It really depends on how many turnovers we force, and so we get more possessions than the other team, which we normally have about 12 possessions more than the other team. If we can continue to do that, then I think we'll continue to score. But we'll be up there again. Now, we are playing the toughest schedule we've ever played because most of the games are on the road, but I still think we'll score a lot of points. I think the two teams, and again, it's on paper, I haven't seen them play. I think Langston is going to have some good size. From what I understand from the roster, I think they got some good size, so we're really going to have to play up-tempo, and their coach's second year, and I think she'll be better prepared. She was WNBA player. Shreveport's a mystery because, they got a new coach again, and they have very talented players that are new, and so they have a new coach, so you got to figure out how they're going to play. And then they have really skilled players. Similar role, she's very important. She's kind of a quiet leader. She's not real loud. She doesn't say too much, but they follow her example. When she does say something, it means a lot. Good, because she's one of those players that can play inside and out. And so she can hit three, she can post up. She was our best post scorer last year at 5'10", with the injuries to our other post players. And so she learned how to score inside the paint, and then she can shoot threes. She knows what we expect. She really had a good year last year. She really emerged. She came out of not playing a whole lot to really taking advantage of the time that she got. Real solid with the ball, real confident now. I think last year the game came to her a little bit easier. She's way ahead of schedule. Having the ACL surgery that she had, I figured it might take her till December to be back. She's pretty close to being back to where she was before she got hurt. Really a huge loss for us last year in terms of what we wanted to do. So she's real motivated to play this year, and just another tremendous weapon that we have. It'll be interesting. I know Lena's really improved a lot, coming from Judson, which is a good program. Again, when freshmen come here, the length of the season, the intensity of the season, the competitiveness really takes a toll sometimes. Q, we are point guard, did an excellent job last year adjusting to a new system. Really expect big things out of her. Leader on the floor, again, not loud, but a leader. Rachel, solid. I mean, really good rebounder, solid defensively, plays hard, and just gets those rebounds that other people don't get out of pure hustles. Most of the newcomers are bigger. I don't know how much they're going to travel or play. It's going to be very competitive, and that's another reason why we're really good, is that we have 14, 15, 16 solid players. So it's very competitive in our practices just to make the travel squad, which always makes people work harder. We're bigger. Most of the recruits are bigger, and some of them are like Nakia. They can shoot inside and shoot outside, but we had to get bigger to win national championship, in my opinion, and so we did that. So you have a lot of more post players this year. I mean, Brown and Henson should have a good year. Destiny King's going to be an excellent player for us. Regina Sheffield is going to be a good guard for us. We've had some injuries already, but most of our newcomers are adapting to the speed of our game and intensity already. Alexis Oaks is going to be really good for us. A really fast guard who's only a sophomore. Well, she's been in charge of individuals, because obviously I'm going to let one of the best post players in the history of college basketball deal with our post. So we're going to be better rebounding. We're going to be better in the post, just because she brings knowledge that most people in the world don't have. She also brings an intensity that I like. It's not as intense as I am, but it's there. I mean, she played at the highest level. She played at WNBA. She played at Olympics, so she knows what a standard of excellence is, because she was a part of winning programs. Coach Wallace is really here for games, because she teaches full time, and when she can get her at night practice, and Coach Postel is here when he can, which is most of the time, and they're real good. It's good to have coaches of different personalities personality traits? Well, I always like to have ex-players back, like Courtney Bayless is back. I know Nakia wants to be a coach, and so she graduated. We need to get her to the next step of her master's degree. But I think if somebody comes here and plays for me, and obviously graduates and is a positive player, I think it's my responsibility to be in their life and make it better, because they gave up a little bit of their life and they sacrificed on the court and they sacrificed financially and with all their energy and effort. And so if I can help Nakia Davis, who's one of the best players in the history of our program, one of the hardest workers, one of the best people, to get to where she needs to go to, I think that's part of my job. Tammy Hughes, totally new team. The coach last year got rid of everybody, got there late, so there'll be a whole new look. So I'm not sure what to expect. I know they'll be young, NCAA Division II school, so they're supposed to beat us, but we'll see what happens. But it'll be good just to play against somebody, and they'll be excited because they're a whole new team. Sagu's got a new coach, second year, used to be in our conference, in the Sooner Conference now, which is a rival conference because they're closest to us. They're solid, made their conference tournament last year. Well, two reasons. One, it challenges us because you play against teams that aren't as good and you beat them, you might develop bad habits or get a false sense of how good you are. So in that way, if we don't win, and we've played the best teams in the country, they could be really big, tall teams, they could be really fast teams, then we'll know how far we are away from being in the top 10. And we'll have really good film and really good experience on what it takes to be in the top 10. Second thing is, if we beat them, then we need to be nationally ranked. Yeah, I do enjoy coaching. I love basketball. Winning is just something that means I have good players. I mean, I haven't played a game in 6 years. I haven't scored a basket in 6 years, so I obviously have good players that buy into the system and want to win. I enjoy it because the players I have are non-dramatic. They're very serious. They want to win, and they're good people. I don't have to worry about them on the road. I don't have to worry about them fighting. I know they're here for two reasons: to go to school and win. Obviously, the ultimate goal of any coach at any level in any sport is to win a national championship. We have a great atmosphere for women's basketball here. We seem to have a pretty good fan base because we've consistently won. The other thing is, live streaming for us is huge because most of my players' parents are not from Texas, so we got a lot of California, Oklahoma, overseas, Florida, Illinois. So the live stream is very popular. It's also popular with other coaches that want to watch us play.